Okay, welcome everybody. I wish you had you guys in the room, but we have a medical scare, a health scare, which is keeping everybody at their cubicle. So you guys listen intently, and we're going to give you guys some information that's going to help you guys live a better life, reduce your stress, and increase your energy. This is Dory.
Hi guys.
Dory is our health and wellness coach, actually movement coach, at my gym and an online fitness company. And we're going to actually go through a lot of different things related to stress. My name is Mike Whiteley. I'm the owner and head trainer at Pro Trainer Live. And I want to give you guys a real good look at your personal stress. Okay, so with that said, guys, I'm going to help you guys think right, eat right, and train right. And when you're able to think right, eat right, and train right, ultimately, you're going to have a more relaxed, focused, and energetic life. And like the main thing that we're going to do, guys, is actually identify what stress actually is. And there's many different forms of stress. There's physical stress, emotional stress, psychological stress, and of course, subset stress is acute, episodic, and chronic. Now, I'm not going to get technical with you guys. We're going to keep it very simple. We're going to call mental stress and physical stress. And a lot of times we have this and we may not be actually understanding we're experiencing it. Myself in particular, years ago when I was a competitive athlete, I used to travel all over the world competing in athletics, track and field. I had a training partner and we would train consistently. And we'd actually show up at our track meets and we would actually have all this pain. I would have back pain, he'd have knee pain, and it was just perplexing after a while. And then after a while, we sat down and we said, listen, it doesn't make sense. How are we experiencing pain and we were good the day before, we're good in training, and all of a sudden on the day of our meet, we're actually experiencing all this pain. Actually what it was psychosomatic pain. Actually the stress from the competition manifested in our bodies to create actual inflammation, cell changes in our body created by how we're thinking. So once we were able to identify that, then what we were able to do was focus on our breathing, our meditation, and actually how we were focusing before the meet. And we never had any issues with pain or inflammation during competition again, and we performed great. Now, sometimes we also have physical stress that we don't identify with. Okay, physical stress is basically can be tension, it can be inflammation in muscles. There's a lot of different things that how can be manifested. And sometimes you don't recognize it's there. You might have had therapy with a massage therapist, and when the massage therapist may have touched you in a particular muscle area, you felt pain, and you just said, where did that pain come from? The pain actually is manifested again from your mental state, carrying through to your body, causing inflammation and tension. And the best way to reduce that is going to basically be by being positive in your mindset. Mindset controls everything. Okay? Okay, now over here we have 4 stages of learning. Okay, in all things there's 4 stages. Obviously there's one you have no idea you don't know. That's the unaware stage. Okay, and then once you realize you don't know, and actually that there's something you didn't know, you're aware you don't know. You go to stage 2. Now if you're looking to improve that particular area, which today we're talking about stress, you have to actually start implementing strategies and techniques in your daily life to help you reduce that stress. So we're going to talk about a few things. I'm not going to go like excessive because shorter is sweeter. The shorter it is, the more you retain, and I'm going to keep it nice and tight for you guys. And then once you get into the habit of doing these techniques I'm teaching you, you're going to be coming over here into unconscious awareness. So you're actually doing things that are going to help reduce your stress, and you're not actually thinking about it. You're just doing it automatically. It's very important to get these healthy habits learned. So, as I said, guys, positive thinking. Okay, the power of positive thinking. Are you a half glass empty or half glass full individual? If you're a half glass empty individual, best way to combat that mindset, which is a negative mindset, is to automatically push your brain to start thinking that glass is half full. Once you start changing your mental chemistry, there's a lot of chemistry happening in your body that's going to change. One is that your body's alkalinity is going to go up. Alkalinity is what allows your body to use energy. The more alkaline your body is, healthier you are. Your cells are reproducing normally. It's actually going to allow for more oxygen to your system. It's going to allow for your whole Krebs cycle, your energy cycle of your body to actually like expand, and you have more energy to deal with stress in your daily tasks. So being positive, even sometimes you might have, like one thing that's going to help with your positive mindset is actually having images at your cubicle, because you guys are at cubicles or your desk or office, and you can put pictures of things that make you happy. It can be pictures of your kids, it can be images of water, green imagery. Green is a very calming and soothing image to help your brain come down. That's why when you have on all these talk shows, they have the green room. The green room is there to help people relax before they get onto their stage and do their performance. And basically you guys want to perform best in your life. So ideally you want to set things around you, but you're going to optimize the way that you feel at all times. That means what you're listening to, that's what you're seeing, the people you're associating with, they all contribute to how your stress is managed. Sometimes you guys might say, oh my God, like the people I live with are negative. Okay, but you know, you can always have you time, right? Then you come into eating right, okay? So there's certain foods which actually will create inflammation in your body and create pain. And pain sometimes is not really evident until you actually you're basically aware of it. Things like nightshade vegetables, which are like potatoes, tomatoes, eggplants. We have bell peppers. These kind of things actually they create inflammation. I'm not saying cut them out completely in your diet, but let's say if you have chronic inflammation or you have pain, you want to make sure that you're actually minimizing those things in your diet, because once you eat them, it creates inflammation. And a lot of times people eat these things and they have digestive issues and they don't recognize they're actually having this due to the food they're consuming. Another thing is, you've probably heard of, maybe you guys may have heard of it, it's called lectins. And lectins are proteins found in grains and some vegetables. And basically what lectins are, they're proteins which are like a defense mechanism for plants, which prevents you from eating them or makes you sick. So that's why basically the deterrent as a protection the plant deploys to help protect itself. So when you consume those lectins, it creates inflammation. So things that have high lectin, obviously things like wheat, even oats have lectin in there, which is a form of gluten. Everybody knows gluten. Like the vegetables we mentioned, they also have lectins in there. So you got to understand how to prepare your food properly, and that can minimize the actual exposure to these things, which create all kinds of issues, from respiratory issues, joint pain, digestive issues, even cognitive actually reduction. All right. So now exercise, obviously that's my main business, is exercise and wellness. When you guys exercise, you obviously have heard this before, you're going to reduce your stress hormone, your cortisol. You're going to actually increase your dopamine, which helps you focus more. It's going to help increase your norepinephrine, which is going to help you feel good. And also your serotonin, which is a feel-good hormone. And once you exercise more, the more your body reduces overall stress. Now, one thing you guys want to remember is that like your mind and your body are correlated. Like if your body's stressed, your mind's stressed. If your mind's stressed, your body's stressed. There's no separation between the two. So by coordinating all three of these things, thinking right, eating right, moving right, you're able to mitigate the amount of how stress affects you in your day-to-day life. And in addition, exercise assists with your body's ability to obviously build up your muscles. But did you actually know that exercise also makes your brain bigger? I bet you guys didn't know that. It builds up your hippocampus and your prefrontal cortex. And when it does that, it creates more volume, more brain cells actually produced through exercise. So the more you exercise, if you're smart already, you've exercised a little bit more, you get a little bit more smart. And if you're actually going to be employing this, you're also increasing neurological pathways. So your neurological pathways go up and down. So the connection between your mind and body become better, your muscles get bigger, your brain gets bigger, and you're able to handle more stress. So basically, whatever's thrown at you, you'll be able to withstand those things, whether it's issues at home, issues at work. You know, sometimes we don't have like, you know, cute neighbors, you know, people that actually they're gonna like, you know, they get on your last nerve. But, you know, the fitter your mind and your body is, the less likely you are to like have excessive issues related to stress, which can lead to depression, anxiety, and a lot of other health issues. Now, one thing I tell all my clients, and also if you guys are professionals and you're all looking to move up with your career. Journaling is a very powerful thing. Journaling is basically taking a notepad, writing down what you have to do, writing down the issues you're having, writing down everything that's pertaining to what you got to do, what's bothering you, and letting it basically be on the paper. Once you put it on the paper, your subconscious mind recognizes that it's in a place where it can be recovered. It's basically like having a computer open, like you have 15 tabs, and every time you write down one of those things you got to do, it's like closing a tab. And as you're able to close all those tabs, your stress comes down, your body becomes more at ease, and obviously you can then put your computer to sleep. And that's exactly what can happen for you guys. If you download your issues onto paper, actually writing is better than actually putting in your phone. It will help you guys manage your stress much more effectively. And if you're having issues with insomnia or those kind of things, this will definitely help you sleep well. And I have had a lot of CEO clients, a lot of clients that have issues with sleep apnea and sleep issues. And just by doing this thing, they were able to get a more restful sleep, even with people who could not sleep. All right. So with that said, guys, these are some tips. There's a lot more information. Like I don't want to give you guys, bombard you with information, because a lot of you guys may not be coming from a place of knowing anything. But you guys can always follow up with me. But the things I showed you here, you can always communicate with me through Deborah, and we can actually set up times where we can actually communicate, and we can go over it. You guys can employ some of these things to create more healthy habits in your daily lifestyle. Thinking right, eating right, and moving your body right.